Welcome, horror fam, to HHN35, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. My name is Duff, and as always, I'm with my co-hosts Jess and Jonathan.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, if you want to follow us, we have our social media on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at HHN365 and TikTok at HHN365pod. We have a Discord. The link is in the description. We also have merch at HHN365.com. And as always, you can leave us a voicemail at 407-906-4134. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about the single night tickets that were released and all the add-ons. But before we get into that, what the hell is going on, Jonathan?
You know, I think we have an imposter on our hands.
What? Me? No. I'm Duff. I love alcohol. I like, dead exposure.
Yeah.
Graveyard games as well.
Yeah, graveyard games.
It is Duff. Never mind. No, okay.
Oh, yeah. It's a podcast. You can't even see him. It doesn't matter.
No, I do think we should talk about the elephant in the room. We do have fake Duff with us today, but we actually have a guest on the show today, Alex from our Discord server and HHN Wiki. How's it going, Alex?
Oh, it's going great. I'm glad I don't have to pretend to be Duff anymore, but yeah, no, I'm really excited to talk to you guys about Halloween Horror Nights and all the exciting news that we got, like tickets dropping.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. On today's show, we're talking about tickets. We're talking about horror and leash stuff. We're talking about different location confirmation, stuff like that. We have so much to get into today with the news and rumors. And I'm just excited that you're here, Alex.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
And I'm here to make sure nobody messes up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm in charge. That's what I'm No, I'm really happy you're here, Alex. Before we started, I was like, wait, have you been on this since I've been here? And we were trying to figure it out. And we think we were on a trivia episode together, but like, I'm not really sure. But yeah, maybe. I'm really happy you're here.
Thank you. I haven't been on a 365 episode since I think 2021, so it's definitely been a while.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
You were the trivia king, which makes sense.
I did do a lot of the lives on Discord though, so.
Oh yeah. So if you're on there, you know Alex's voice.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes we've been sticking you on TikTok lives lately. So if you follow us on there, we keep handing you a microphone.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You woke me up.
I did. I kind of scared you. I felt a little bad. I didn't realize how out you were.
No, that's okay.
Oh, well, okay. Let's move on. We have some housekeeping. This coming Tuesday, if you're listening to this the week that we release it, April 7th, I am going to be doing a solo YouTube live at 8:30 Eastern time. And I should be talking about the Spec map that's coming out on Easter, or the Easter eggs, or whatever. You guys know more than me.
Yeah, actually, Legacy and Horde and Nightmares are teaming up and releasing clues for Easter. So clues for, I'm assuming, rumors for houses, basically kind of like a Spec map, but hidden in Easter eggs. And the way it's going to work is, I believe Legacy's dropping a bunch of Google map images, and then people have to use those to eventually come up with the solution to what he's actually referring to and what house or zone or whatever he is hinting at. And like always, Alex here is a wizard at solving these damn clues. Like every year, you and members of our Discord server and other servers team up to solve them. And Alex, are you excited for this year's Easter egg hunt?
Oh yeah, I'm super excited. Legacy actually has already posted an example clue that it was honestly really tough to solve. We actually had to get a couple of people bring in their ideas to fully solve the clue. And it gave us a list of all of the little Easter eggs that we're going to have to solve. And we're going to use those eggs to piece together the spec map at the end. So if you want to participate in that, join the Horror Nightmares Discord. And all those clues should be dropping on Sunday the 5th at around 12 p.m. EST.
Oh my God. I need to be ready.
I know. And by be ready, I mean, I'm going to watch everyone else do it and I'll support in the background.
No, I'm going to be reaching out to Alex going, hey, when you figure it out, let a girl know so I can go film what I need to film.
Exactly.
So if you want to see that, follow us on TikTok.
It's probably going to take a while, though, because he said it's a good 30 clues, and every single clue is going to be a piece of that spec map. So that's at least like 10 houses, maybe a few zones in both Orlando and Hollywood. So
shit. I'm kind of into that, though. You guys know I love an Easter egg, so
Hmm.
I'm not going to be solving it, but I'm going to be so happy for you when you solve it, Alex.
Well, I probably won't solve it by myself. It's literally everyone's going to be working together on that Discord.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. And if you're interested in that as well, also make sure to join our server as well, HN365 Horror Fams Discord server, because every time these clues are dropped from every server, everyone like goes to their own individual servers as well and works together. It's wild how many people get together to solve these clues. So it's gonna be really fun. And speaking about Easter, getting in the holiday spirit. Heading into our news section, we do have a piece of news that does relate to Easter. And I think out of all of us to talk about this, Alex, you would be the perfect person to lead us into this piece of news here.
Oh, yes. I am super stoked for what Horror Unleashed has in store for us this April and May.
So, what's going on?
So, Horror Unleashed from April 1st through May 2nd will be turned into Feaster Grievings, which is an all-new original experience inspired by The Feaster Bunny, which is a cursed film that was never completed. So pretty much you're going to be cast as extras in the Feaster Bunny's recreation of his film. And they're going to have things like there's going to be an Easter egg hunt, there's going to be a hedge maze that you have to go to and find the golden egg while you're being chased by scare actors. It sounds like, well, they've only really had 2 seasonal offerings, but it sounds a lot more involved than the Krampus one. And, I don't have the money to go to Vegas, but man, I wish I did, because this sounds amazing.
They chase you?
Yeah, this kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah, I know. It sounds amazing. Like, I don't know how they're going to make that work, but like, I'm really interested to see how they're going to do it. I mean, technically it started today, so hopefully we'll see some stuff come out about it soon.
Oh my God. Do you think that they'll let, I know you can't like film now in there, but like let some media and let me see this, please. I just want to see people film it.
I hope so. I never
I don't
know, because I feel like that place changes the rules on what can be filmed and not filmed like every single day. I never know exactly what's going on with that location. But I think something super interesting here, not just the experience they're creating for a Horror Unleashed and everything that I'm sure is going to be really fun, is that it does include the Feaster Bunny. And this is not the Feaster Bunny's first appearance at Halloween Horror. Well, I guess in the Halloween Horror Nights Spear, per se. Because this was actually a section and a character introduced in the HR Blood and Guts house.
Yes, and that is something that is very personal to me because HR of Blood and Guts is my favorite house of all time. It is the house that got me into HHN. It's just one of those houses to me that's just like, this is my thing. Everything about it I'm just in love with. And the fact that they're paying homage to it in a way by bringing back a character from that house is just amazing to me. Like, it's just so cool. I don't know.
I'd like to see them just keep doing all of the characters from that house and like Holidays in Hell and just do all the holidays forever and ever and ever now.
Oh God, yes, please. I mean, Horror Unleashed is like literally the perfect opportunity to do that. They already kind of did their Christmas event with Krampus and all that. Like, they could literally just keep doing that for every single holiday.
I wish. Maybe that's what they need to do to keep themselves, successful? Question mark. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying maybe it would help. What do I know?
If they unleashed boom,
Bad.
a full
Bad.
I know. If they like had a full HR Blood and Guts experience, like replace one of their haunted houses and make that an HR Blood and Guts house, or had like a lot more HR Blood and Guts things, that that might get me to get over there. I'm going to be real.
Oh yeah, same. I was already like, ooh, how could I make that happen?
100%. If they do that, like, I don't even know how I'm going to get the money. I'm just going to find a way and just go to Vegas. Just there's no like negotiation there. If Blood and Guts is there, I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
I could see you finding like a $30 plane ticket, like there in the early morning, back in the middle of the night,
maybe
just to do it,
or just like hop on the back of a train under the cover of darkness.
That would take a lot longer, but yeah.
I mean, I do it.
Floats your boat.
It's the free solution.
It's the free solution, yeah.
That is a very far way to go, guys. Not to be the mom, but it's very far.
It would
You would need more
100% be
than a
worth it.
snack.
Yeah.
Worth it, yeah. Or I could I would just be like, I'll give you the $30 for the cheap plane ticket, man.
Hey, that'll work too.
We'll crowdfund Alex getting out to see Blood and Guts.
Yes.
That's what we'll do.
I mean, hopefully, knock on wood, it's on the Spec map, so hopefully I don't even have to travel to see him.
I hope that this is my wish for you on Sunday, is that whatever you crack or whatever you help crack, I hope that it is a Blood and Guts related thing specifically for you. I hope that that is what you get, and it's like a golden hour moment where you just like get all warm and fuzzy inside.
I mean, I don't know if you all know Pinhead on the Reddit server. He did post a Blood and Guts clue that I did help solve, so that was already kind of my moment with that.
Jess is not on the Discords, as you guys know. Sorry.
There's a lot. There's a lot to them, but
There's a
I
lot.
love that we have them, and I love you guys for doing it. So
if we have multiple people saying the same thing, we
Mhm.
have it on the map. We have this person saying it. Maybe it'll be an answer to one of the eggs. Like that, I know. I don't want to get hope because I want this really bad. I know Alex, you want it more
Yeah.
than any of us. But I don't want to get hope yet. But if it happened, I would be ecstatic.
Mhm. Oh, Blood and Guts is one of my favorite non-iconic characters as well. So I think that between this entire team, it would just be euphoria over here.
Would it be more exciting than Jack and Oddfellow House?
Not.
It's hard. It's
My
a hard
brain just
question.
actually like froze in real time with that question. I would just be so happy to have them both.
It's true.
There's my answer.
We have 2 cakes.
And
Well,
I
you
will
both.
eat them both, correct. Speaking of Jack and Oddfellow, though, Jonathan.
Yeah, actually on the so on the Discover Universal blog, they started making the post where every time a house is announced and a zone is announced, they put the information on there. They put the concept art on there. They put the description and sometimes give a little more info to it. Not in this case, but it's still generic info that we all know for the Jack and Oddfellow Chaos and Control House. But if you remember from, I think it was last year, 2 years ago, I think it still happened last year. You would right click the image on Discover Universal blog and look at the URL on it, and it would have the code name associated with that house connected to the picture itself. And this year was absolutely no different, because when you did that with the Jack and Oddfellow Chaos and Control concept art, you got the code name Balloon hidden in the URL, which is the location of Soundstage 22, where El Artista was last year. And it looks like this is Universal's subtle confirmation that Jack and Oddfellow will indeed take place in Soundstage 22.
That's so hype because that's where our El Artista was last year, and with the same scenic designer Dylan Colath, I'm expecting some huge and immersive sets in this house. Like, I thought I couldn't get more excited for this house, but just the location and the scenic designer alone has shot it up even more in terms of hype for me.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to be in a soundstage, but the fact that this one, I think, is really special, not just because of how much room it has and whatever, but because it's the center of the park. Like it's that section with the where the queue spaces were going right through the music plaza. That's like the most you look at that type of queue. It's like just Halloween Horror Nights. Sort of like the center of everything, and it makes sense because this house, just like El Artista, is the backstory to the event that we're stepping in. So I think it's actually literally the most perfect location they could have put this.
Mm-hmm. I could not agree more. And something that I keep it's a very big want, but I don't think it's that big when you think about there's a bunch of construction going on and whatever, but we don't know if we're going to go left or right this year, like how we're going to feed into the house depending on that. But we have the 2 screens. My hope this year is that usually it's the same loop for every, projector we get throughout the year, but that Music Plaza stage, if we got more of the documentary style stuff included in it,
Ooh,
with the icons and whoever, and include Art of the Scare, and not just in a promotional way, just in a 35 years of the event, and you can even tie in some Infernal Carnival of Nightmare stuff in there, imagery and shit, even if you do one screen and the other screen is rolling the ads. whatever, I don't really care. But like having it there, you have this opportunity. And I just really hope that they take it, because like I remember standing in line for Carrie and you would see some of those documentaries playing from 30.
Mm.
And like I know that we had that really just in the loop that year, but I just hope this year that it's even more so.
Yeah. I mean, I completely agree. Alex, I'm sure you feel the same.
Yeah, 100%. Like, usually those documentaries have never before seen footage of some of the past HHN events,
Mhm.
so I would love that.
Yeah.
I remember like my first year going in 28. Like I think that was the reason. Another one of the reasons I really fell in love with Horror Nights is that you got to see the videos how they made it, like on the loops everywhere. Like I remember Mike Aiello and a lot of other people who worked on Dead Waters talked about it, and you know how much detail they put into that house, and just the certain effects they had in there and how they achieved them. And I remember watching it as I was, you know, after I did a couple of houses, and going, "Oh, this is like art. This is so cool." And that is, I mean, it's super inspiring, and I think it's a big reason why I'm in love with the event as much as I am. And if they could play more of those things throughout the event, and maybe specifically there, it'd be perfect.
Yeah. Especially because this house, like everything they've revealed about it, seems like it's paying huge homage to the past of HHN. Like, there's so many different references in the concept art and everything to the past, and having that documentary style Q video in there would literally be the perfect place.
Hmm.
A concept art, like it'd be so cool if they did it like just Jack and Oddfellow's documentary, even like here's all the concept art from the first time we saw them, 2000 to now, and I could just see it in my head, and I need the video team to get on that like yesterday, you know.
Exactly.
But also I really would like to see some like carnival posters. If we go, under the construction again and we have that like that huge wall, like tunnel wall, slap a
Hmm.
poster on there. You're not using it during daytime. It stays up. Like you're not demoing anything. You're actually putting things up at this point. We have to go right or left. Whichever way we're going is the way we're going the whole time.
That'd
So
be really cool.
just some thoughts. We're going all out. It's 35. I don't
Yeah.
know. Synergy, buzzword, Laura Saul's statement here. Yeah.
This is the house. I mean, when you walked into Oddfellow's house, you know, leading up to it, you had, I mean, obviously the projection of the tent, you know, leading, you know, getting you hyped for it. And then before you even walked in the house, it had all those props and like carnival posters and wanted signs and stuff like that that got you really immersed into the whole thing. So to give this house something a little similar, you know, get putting some props and things up would be really fitting for this type of house.
Anything's possible. Then we get nothing come August.
Aw,
And everybody's like, how dare you even say that, Jess? And I'm like, I'm sorry.
you manifested it.
Listen, I manifested a lot in the last couple years, so I'm just going to keep going.
It's true.
I mean, honestly, if they don't do it, what's to stop us from just hanging a few posters up there?
Getting our annual passes and frequent fares taken away.
Well, they won't know it's us.
I
No,
have
they have no
purple
security cameras
and
anywhere.
green
Huh.
hair, guys.
Oh, that too.
Jonathan, you literally played a game with me last year. Where
Oh
you
yeah,
take pictures of me where you found me and I didn't find you.
I'd find you everywhere, and you'd be like, "What the hell? Where'd you
It's
find?"
not hard.
No, it's not.
So I'll let you two do it. And then when somebody comes to me with like both of you by your collars of your shirt, it's like they were on our lawn and throws you guys at me, I'm gonna be like, I told you so.
It's
I
true.
told you. And Miley be right there with me too. And Duff. Just crossing our arms.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Now, Jess, would you like to talk about this last piece of news before we get to our main segment?
Absolutely. I didn't even know about this until I read the outline.
Oh,
The HHN35 casting calls are up. They are internal and external at the same time, or were internals already available? And I missed that as well.
I think it's at the same time because it's
Oh.
public as far as I know.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, scare actor, obviously. Animated costume characters. Roller skaters, huh?
ooh.
Stilt walkers, obviously, and puppeteers. You want to talk about the roller skates first? Just get that out of the way.
Me yes, because the roller skaters, I mean, that indicates, Could be a lot of things. We don't know exactly, but I'd say that is a pretty good indicator that Mel's dying. That section of the park with all the zombies on the roller skates will be coming back this year. If that is leading to us to believe that, and if it does, I would be very happy about that. I don't know about you guys, but that was, while it didn't have a ton of thought put into it, it was one of my favorite vibe areas of the park. Just having that music play, the interaction with the scare actors, the comedy of it all, the fact that you can be eating inside of Mel's and the zombies would come up in the window and sort of tap on it, like that's something that you can't beat. And I think it's something that, in my personal opinion, can stay every year because it's so separate from everything else.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. Mel's Dying Zombies was one of my favorite things last year. All the interactions we got with the zombies, trying to offer us body parts and stuff was really special. And it's been something that the fans have been asking for years, and they fully delivered that. So 100%, if they came back, I would be over the moon.
Yeah.
I now understand why you guys hate Club Horror.
Oh?
Because I think that, because you just described it, Jonathan, like that was your vibe. Like you were there for the vibes. Duff and I were in Club Horror for the vibes.
That's true. Very different vibes.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that I didn't like the zombies. I just wanted more for them almost. I guess. I'm really happy with them, and like they could come back every year and I would never be disappointed because it's really fun, and like it is kind of what you give is what you get out of it as well. So if you want to hang out and get like interactions, you can. Absolutely. I had great interactions with them. But like if you wanted to just walk by, they would also just like lunge at you and be like, "All right, on your way." And like I kind of like that. But yeah, I don't know. Just hearing you guys like rave about it, and I'm like, it's the same way I felt about Club Horror.
That is so interesting. And I think you really do have a point, because Club Horror and Mel's are completely different vibe wise. Mel's is quieter. It's a lot quieter. It's kind of relaxing. You have the old, the old 50s music playing. And that's always something that I vibe with. What I don't vibe with is the, like the super loud music and the tons of lights and overstimulation. So
No,
I do
love it.
appreciate that. I do appreciate that HHN release both of those things at the same time. So there are different things for everybody depending on the vibe you like.
Yeah, but they are similar in the sense that they're both vibe areas, like just they're catering to anybody. If you like more of a chill, like relaxed area, you could chill with the zombies, or if you like more of an upbeat, like DJ party zone, you can just chill out in Club Horror.
Yeah. I like this perspective now. Look at us.
Look at us.
Coming
We're doing
together.
some science.
All right, so we're getting roller skaters back, which is exciting. Obviously, we know we're gonna have stilts. We know we're gonna have animated costume characters. Those are the big clunky, fits. The one that literally always comes to my mind is a bloater, but that's not exactly what I mean. But you know what I mean. Something big and clunky. You're not just this character with a prosthetic on. But yeah, puppeteers. This is stuff we get every year. It's just exciting that the auditions are open.
Yeah, we're at that point. I mean, it's already the beginning of April, and it is April Fool's. I didn't even realize that. Actually, Alex's intro kind of makes a lot of sense now. Given the
If
day
only we
recorded.
dropped this on. Well,
I know. People can imagine it.
We're recording it on April Fools. Yeah, that's why we did it. It was intentional. We don't do bits on this show.
Yeah. Never. Not one bit at all.
No. Marty tweets. No.
None of those today, unfortunately.
That's a fortunate thing. Do we have anything to add about auditions opening up?
Good luck.
Yeah, break a leg, y'all. You got this. We'll see you in the fog. We'll see you in the streets. We'll see you in the houses. I don't know. You'll see us.
A lot.
You'll see me screaming.
Many times.
We'll be on closing night. You'll see me clapping, but on opening night, you'll see me go. Ah!
Exactly. We'll both be cowering in fear.
Correct, but don't look for the Duff backpack now.
Nope, you won't find it. You won't find it.
Mad about it. All right, Jonathan, you want to take this main segment here?
Yeah, absolutely. So our main segment here is that we have our first ticket drop for HHN35 in Orlando. Nothing in Hollywood as of yet, but I'm sure that will be coming eventually, within a couple months or so. So this ticket drop is going to contain the single night tickets, the express passes, RIP tours, Unmasking the Horror Tours, premium Scream nights. We'll get into that. Scream early tickets. And yeah, those are the tickets that have dropped. We're going to go into details on each one individually, including some things that might affect the event as we know it this year in some very massive ways. So we're going to get to that. And also, we have technically have the full dates revealed as well. It's not just, this date to this date. We now have exact days of the week that you see the event is on. And we'll get to that at the end, but there is a big change to that as well. Well, it's not super big, but it's notable to us because we focus on the little things. But let's start with single night tickets. Easy peasy. They're starting from $87.99. They're your single night tickets if you want to go one night. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd recommend maybe some other form of tickets that we'll get in later if you're only going for one night. But those are available for you. We're going to move forward into express passes starting from $169.99, but those prices vary, and they definitely do increase depending on the day you go. They increase as you get closer to the date you want to go. So if there's something that you really want to buy an express pass for the day you're going, I would just get it now, because the prices aren't going to get any better. They're going to get a lot worse. I mean, those prices for express passes can be like double, triple the price of a single night ticket some nights.
I think it goes up to, oh my gosh, we talked about it last night. It's two something, 290
Oh God.
for express, or 270. It's between like 260 and 290 is like a peak night. And I was like, oh my God.
That's for one day?
Yeah.
Oh
one
my-
use, one
One
night,
use.
One use per
Mhm.
house?
per
Jeez.
house and per ride. That is open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not like Hollywood either, where Hollywood, when you get an express ticket, it also comes with the single night as well. It's not the case for ours. Ours express passes and single nights are completely separate entities. So whatever price that is, that 290, whatever, 260, 270, that's on top of your single night ticket that you'd also have to buy, or whatever type of ticket that you have.
And if your express is 290, your ticket is also going to be at the highest it's going to be, because that's a peak night. So that's something to remember. Also, before we get into anything else, just in Orlando, if you are listening, like, your ticket is always going to be needed in addition to these like add-ons, except for one thing
Yes.
or two things. But yeah, just be aware, like, even if you get an RIP tour, like we're going to talk about, you still got to buy a single night.
Which, getting into that, we are getting into RIP tours here. They are starting from $399.99, and they do go up. And that's just what we're talking right now is just the public tours. There are also private tours that you have to call separately for. And then you can get a price point for that and all that good stuff. I've never done an RIP tour. I know you have, Jess. You're the only person here who has, actually.
Yes.
For Orlando specifically.
So I actually, I would like to hold off on my personal thoughts, because I have some questions and some comparisons we can bring up once we talk about another premiere add-on,
Ooh.
because I think you and I can also go back and forth on that too.
Yeah, that works for me.
So, sorry, holding off on that.
No, that sounds completely good. Do we have any thoughts about Express Passes RIP tours? Or you want to move on to the next segment?
I think that Express is worth it. I will always say that it is worth it, but if you're going more than once, you need to get a Rush of Fear or Frequent Fear or something like that. That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
And moving forward, one of our favorite things, I haven't done it the past couple of years, but it is something that we do enjoy, is the Unmasking the Horror Tours. Now, I know I've done one. I've done, I've done two. Jess, you've done a couple. Alex, have you done any of the Unmasking the Horror Tours ever?
No, I never.
Really?
Yeah, no, I just never, got around to finding the money for it.
I get that. And they're so expensive now. We were talking about how cheap they used to be last night. And I remember my first one was in 2018, and I paid for a 6 house. I really want to believe it was between 90 and 110. One-ish, 120-ish, but that might even be too high. I think it might have been $80 for a 6 house. It was cheap.
That's kind of crazy considering we're just about to go over the low price for the 3 house,
Mm-hmm.
and it's literally in that range for half of the experience plus a big added benefit that's not part of it. Um, so if you guys don't know, Unmasking the Horror Tours, there's 2 types of tickets. There's the 3 house tours, there's the 6 house tours. Both tours are going to have completely different houses on them. The 3 houses on the 3 house tour are not the same as any of the houses on the 6 house tour. And every year there's one house that's not on either. So we'll figure out, those later into the event once we get to it and we actually get houses announced. So there's that. But the 3 house tour is starting from $99, which was just in that range you were talking about, just for 6 houses.
Oh my God.
Kind of crazy. And another thing to note is that just like the past couple years, they do start a week before the event starts. Now, what does that mean, guys?
It means that they're all originals.
It also means that I'm going to have to delete Twitter a week before the event starts.
And Instagram and all of the social medias if you have them.
Yep.
I don't really care because also Universal at that point, the like last year it was Hatchet when they did that article, and it's normally a house that's on that tour. That's
Yeah.
I've already like seen. I can't hide from it, unfortunately, as I'm posting for the show.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's the unfortunate part about our fun little hobby. It's so hard to avoid all that stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, some people really do like seeing the houses a week before, and if you do go for it, it helps you get ready. If it helps you get prepared for the houses, and that's something you need, definitely do that. I'm just not the type of person. I don't. None of us are to want to like see the houses before we do them for the first time, because that first experience to me is like the most. It's like one of the most special moments Halloween Horror Nights has to offer, because you're walking into like basically a big black box and you don't know what's inside of it. Like you can have some ideas, but it's all completely new to you, and you can never recreate that first time walking through a house ever.
2018, I did the tour before I went through the houses just because that was all they had available when I booked it, and I regretted it. But it was only my second year, rookie mistake. But I will say we used to be like Def and I have done tours the Saturday of opening weekend after being there from Stay and Scream till close. And we did it last year in October. And I think I actually preferred doing it later in the event because I had more time to comb through everything. And I wasn't like immediately like finding all the Easter eggs on week 1. I kind of preferred to find them myself.
That seems like the better strategy for sure.
Yeah.
And I did that with 32's 3 house, and it was like so cool, like seeing all of it later, and it wasn't all just shown from the get-go. So I completely agree with that.
Yeah, and I've never done a 3 house, so this year my goal is to do both.
Oh hell yeah, that's a good goal.
I normally pick the 6 because last year WWE.
Oh yeah,
that was it. But yeah, I don't know, we'll see.
But speaking of 6 house tours, Alex, can you tell us a little bit about these and what makes them special?
Sure. So the 6 house tour starts at $199, and that's just the starting price. But it does include a buffet style lunch, so food is included with it.
That's fucking cool. Did you do the 6 house? You did the 6 house last year. You're just talking about this. Did you? So how was the lunch, Jess?
It was edible, and I didn't have to deal with the trauma of the Today Cafe story from 31.
What was that story? Wait, I haven't heard that.
Oh, okay. So too long, don't read. And if you've heard this on the show, you probably have a million times. Fast forward 30 seconds or something. But so in 31, we had another thing that happened in the second house we went through, where there was like a medical issue in the house, and so we had to rush through the third house. And by the time we were they're like, all right, time for lunch. We only had 45 minutes, not the hour. So we were all mobile ordering for Today Cafe because it was the closest thing. We went in there. I was the only one who got my food, and then the fire alarm went off.
Oh my God.
And they were already so backed up, and all they had given our friends were like their alcohol. And that was it. And like Mary was having like a mental breakdown, like rightfully so, because she was hungry. We were all starving. And I was the only one who eventually got food, and then we had to run back. And I was like sharing my food with everybody. And then eventually get guest services and our tour guide made it right. But like imagine already have dealt with a medical thing and then going into that and then having to go through 3 more houses.
It's rough. I mean, especially when you get to that second leg. Like people who've done the 6 house tours before, that second leg is it's cool, it's awesome, but you've already been on your feet for 3 hours straight, and then it's like get ready for another 3 hours, and you're just like, oh my god.
And it was 31, so it was the Saturday of opening weekend.
Oh,
And we had done Stay and Scream to close, and we did Stay and Scream to close again after.
No, thank you. I'm okay. I mean, it's worth it, but I'm good.
But the lunch last year, sorry, that's where we got here. So, it was actually pretty decent. They also had, I know that they had like a gluten-free option if you let them know, and some vegan options. But it was like a salad, like some protein. I think it was like a make your own. Maybe it was a rice bowl. Maybe it was chicken and rice. I can't really remember. And then I think we had like the deviled eggs and like the brownie from the RIP buffet.
Okay.
oh,
But it was nice to just like sit for an hour in an air conditioned room that had a bathroom. They gave you like all the soda and water you wanted, and they had a bar if you wanted to purchase alcohol. So very chill. And then your tour guide picks you up after an hour. That's their lunch break as well. And then you go on your way. And for us, we did we do the back half? I think we did the back half first and then went to the front half. And usually I've done it the other way, and I actually preferred. Like, because then by the time we were exiting, we were already in the front of the park and we didn't have to walk.
Mm-hmm.
But one time we got to exit through Esoteric, which was fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, like because they'll scan your pass as well if you're an AP. So we like went right into Stay and Scream as well.
I do like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, but it's so nice. And now that they give you the earpieces and everything, like I cannot recommend the tour enough. Like it is, if you love this event in any capacity, and if you're listening to the show, you probably love this event a lot. You will like this tour.
You're gonna see things that you would never see and no matter how, the sharp your eyes are, there's so many things in the dark that you would never catch. And it's just something really special. I mean, there's sometimes that let you like they had me and my brother like do a little double scare, like like a one of the mirror scares in Last of Us where the 2 clickers came out and your left and right. They're like, let me show you how this effect is done. You guys go do it. And it's just like, it's a special experience doing all that. It's something unique that's only for this ticketed event here.
Yeah.
But speaking of ticketed events, see what I did there. We are going to be talking about one of the most talked about ticketed events in recent HHN history, and that is Premium Scream Night. There's something wrong with this outline here, because it says Premium Scream Nights with an S.
April Fools.
Oh no. It's plural. It's plural for a reason, because there is not just one Premium Scream Night this year. There are 2. And there's a lot more changes, but we're going to get into it now. So Premium Scream Night lasts for 2 nights this year. The first on August 27th before the event officially starts, and the next on October 19th, very far into the event. So 2 very different Premium Scream Night experiences in that way. The tickets start at $3.99, which is about a $50 increase from when it started last year. The tickets did gradually raise in price as this time went on. So if this is something you are interested in, I'm not going to promise that these are going to stay at this price, because last year they certainly did not. Pulsing, which is one of the features of this event, where you would basically get instead of getting through a conga line, you would get paused by the team member right in the house entrance. So you would have a experience where there was no one in front of you, at least for a little period of time until you eventually caught up with them, is not mentioned as one of the perks for this event. Well, it was in the past. And I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I actually think, and this might be a hot take, but this is a very positive change.
I am inclined to agree with you, because I didn't go to Premium Scream Night last year, but I think one of the most common complaints was the line. And I really think with the amount of people buying Premium Scream Night tickets nowadays, I don't think pulsing's feasible, because they're going to have to pause the line every few guests. and that's just going to cause the line to build up and up and up and up. And people usually pay for this night for shorter waits so that they don't have to buy express or worry about stress about waiting in a long line. And I really feel like with pulsing, the lines are just going to be too long for people to really get any enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been. I think that my other opinion on that is it's a positive because by the time people get through the houses, they're going to start dropping off by like whatever, an hour or two before the event closes. So you're going to probably be pulsed towards the end anyways. So
Mm-hmm.
just stay if you want that experience. Or I was also, I brought up, I don't endorse this, but I support it. I know that means the same thing, but I didn't tell you to do it. Um, Maybe like they know it's premium scream night, so ops won't be forcing you to run through the house. So take your time. It's lower capacity.
Literally, it's the perfect time to do that. And yeah, I complete with both of you guys, agree with both of you guys, because I did go last year, and while a lot of people did have complaints about how it was organized and this and that, I mean, come on, guys, I'm on this show. I know how to organize my time and get everything that I need to do done in a timely fashion. That's like me and you, Alex. Like that's some of our best traits is that we literally can get so much shit done in however much period of time we have. We'll just keep constantly running things over and over and over again. We have a video of us
I was
doing that.
about to plug it. Go check out our YouTube. It is like chaos versus chill. It's wow. I think we should redo that video this year. Chaos versus control.
Yes.
Oh, that
Oh
would be
my god.
awesome. Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
And it'll be you and Alex and then Duff and I. The whole gag is like you guys listen to this show. Duff and I take our time. We stop for a drink. We go through Express. Jonathan, and Alex, they are the standby gods. And I mean that like seriously. The things you guys can accomplish, it like hurts my body to watch you do it because I know when you get to where I'm at right now, it's gonna hurt. And I'm gonna be
Yeah.
looking at you when I'm in my, wheelchair or whatever at that point. And I'm just gonna be telling you, I'm sorry, actually, it's the matching walkers. That's what we all agreed on. The older ones in the friend group. We have our matching walkers. You guys are gonna, I'm gonna be like, I told you, gotta slow down. Now you see why we express and drink and express and drink. Can't do it anymore, man.
No, I totally get it. But yeah. I mean, getting back to the pulsing thing, you know, even with how the event was run, I still got to do a lot. But what was slowing me down the most was the pulsing. And it was starting to get a little irritating because it wouldn't be real pulsing either because they'd pause and then let people go. A bunch of people go in. Like I was a group of two and they put me with other parties. So I'm like, okay, I'm not pulsing because I have these random people in front of me, so I don't feel, I like you stopped me and slowed down the house for an experience where I'm not going to get pulsed anyways because I'm with these people. So I just didn't enjoy it. It slowed down everything. I think if they ran it where there was no pulsing at all, there would be zero complaints about the event. And I besides the fact that some of the communication issues, which were many of that day, in terms of like wait times, I think all the complaints would be gone. It was the pulsing that was promised on the ticket, so they had to do it. That was messing everything up. So with that, hopefully getting taken out of the picture, I think that solves a lot of problems for my experience. And speaking about the issues that the event had, we're talking about not a lot of communication, the lines, the random panel that they had that when people did it, they suddenly ran out of time to do other things at the event. And there was a lot of miscommunication and problems. Universal understands that. And they sent out an email. And if they didn't give you this email, you can reach out to them. But they sent out an email to those who bought a premium Scream Night ticket last year and said, hey, we understand there were a lot of issues. We understand there were a lot of problems. We are very, very sorry about all that. Here is $75 off your premium Screen Night ticket for this year. And I think that's really sweet and really nice. Now the ticket has increased by $50, so it's not that big of a discount comparative to what it was like last year, because last year they started at $350. So when you compare that price, it's not that big. But I do think them acknowledging their mistakes and offering a discount to those who went the year before is really sweet, and they also promise that the lines would, or the capacity would be lower than it was that one night they had a premium screen. So they also promised that in that email as well.
Yeah, I think the way that they're handling this is really smart because not only are they reimbursing the people who went to Premium Scream Night last year, but they're also doing a lot of things like removing pulsing, lowering the capacity, splitting it into 2 nights to make sure that those problems hopefully won't happen again this year.
Yeah. They listen. They even said they listened and they learned, and I'm proud of them for that because we don't always see that with the theme parks.
And I didn't notice it. The email said like this deal expires, so like you had to use it by the 26th,
Yeah,
April
so I
26th.
also didn't notice that, but Mike Daniels in our chat last night pointed out that there was an expiration date. I guess I'm pretty sure it was the 26th. I did that off of memory, but there is an expiration for it. So if you went last year, you need to kind of jump on that before the end of the month.
Yeah. And I do recommend that if you are going one night, there's a couple different options to do. It's either do this or do an RIP tour. When I went, I had a good time. I ate as much food as I wanted. I did as many houses as I did a lot of house runs. I was able to relax a little bit comparative to how how I relax at the event. I had a good time, and if they are promising good things, you don't have to trust them, but I personally had a good experience, but I can't speak for others because I know other people did not really like it at all. So it just depends on what you're looking for there.
Yeah, I do think that if you only have one night, and I've done a private RIP now, which I guess we can just get into that discussion now. That was kind of going to be my question. As someone who's done Premium Scream and I've done a private RIP, I can assume a public. I know what's different about it, so we can kind of touch on that. But I actually do think that Premium Scream is the better choice if you only have one night because
Ooh.
you're gonna spend less than because you need a ticket and an RIP.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to get the food at Premium Scream as much as you care to enjoy the mocktails. So you're just paying for alcohol on top of that. You do pay for alcohol on an RIP as well. You do get a buffet on the RIP on the public and the private. It is, snacks and bites from the event and then like a protein and a rice or whatever. But it's not all of the event food. So if you want to do that, you're also going to have to buy that on top of the RIP tour. So there's just so many little add ons that if you have one singular night at HHN35, I would say go with Premium Scream.
Yeah, and honestly, I think October 19th is a Monday, right?
Do that one.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I think that
Yeah.
one's gonna be way less crowded than, August 27th because everyone's gonna wanna go before opening night, but, like, October 19th is just a random Monday in the middle of the event, like, I don't think that many people are gonna buy premium screen night tickets for that, so if you only had one night, I'd say go for that one. I think that's gonna be a pretty pleasant experience.
And also the scare actors, and this is not saying anything about them at the beginning of the event. They're on fire. But by then they'll have found their rhythm. Maybe some of them will be burnout. Like that does happen as well. But by October, like these people are gonna know how to get you. They might not know that on August 27th. That's only their second night actually with guests. So or with crowds. So
Yeah. It, and the houses change too. Usually for the better, they make changes to improve the houses. We're, thinking about last year's Fallout, there were many changes that I think dramatically improved the house in different areas, like completely, making scenes a little more effective entirely, like the grocery store scene, the shopping mart where everything was covered by plexi. And then they decided that's stupid. And they broke the glass and had the actors actually jump out of it, actually making it from I think, very bad scene to a more effective scene. So there are improvements that are made throughout the event that aren't there in the beginning.
yeah. But I will say an RIP tour is amazing. I had so much fun on it. The plus you're gonna get out of that is your guide. Like I'm gonna say that 1,000% your guide will make or break your night as well. Um, if you're looking for an RIP guide and you want some recommendations, like reach out to us on any social media. We can let you know the ones that we've had really good experiences with. Um, we do have some favorites now that we have requested for like unmasking and things like that. But um, I loved my RIP experiences. Actually got to go on a couple, which is crazy. So I am forever indebted to those people. Um, It was so fun, and especially like last year where it was a year where I loved most of the houses. But your tour guide's going to give you that like behind the scenes knowledge and little Easter eggs. And ours was actually pointing out where all of the lizards were last year for us, and then confirmed. Actually, don't tell anybody I did this. I won't say who it was, but kind of turned the flashlight on in FNAF to show us where it was before it was taken.
Ooh.
Because our group was so large that like they knew that they weren't interrupting the experience of anybody around us. But yeah, showed us where it was because spoiler alert, it was taken and they believe it was an inside job because of
Oh.
where it was located. It was like on a binder behind something. You would have had to like know. So I don't know conspiracy theories over here at HHN, but I loved my RIP experiences. I just think that Premium Scream, if you only have one night, is the better option. But if you want to go at your own pace, maybe it's RIP as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I think really the biggest plus for me, like that would convince me to go to Premium Scream Night, is that unlike RIP Tour, where it's just a buffet with, kind of generic food, Premium Scream Night you could have all you can eat, and it's like the themed event food, and you could just have as much of that as you want.
Definitely.
You certainly can. I certainly did. I was leaving that event going, oh my God, it was worth it, but oh my God. But now I think we're going to get to, I think the Premium Scream Night conversation was really interesting. But there's a conversation about tickets that's even more interesting than that. And this is going to lead us to our Scream early tickets. Who wants to take this one?
Me. I want to do
Yeah.
it. I want to make people mad. I want to get them worried.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, Scream early. Stay and Scream if you don't, have an AP. The tickets are now starting at $70.
Ouch.
It's 70 or 75. The dynamic pricing, I believe, is like Friday, Saturdays are usually 75, and then like opening night, stuff like that. But yeah, there's some interesting verbiage on it this time, guys. It says get access to at least 3 haunted houses starting at 2 p.m. Plus time to enjoy the iconic attractions you love, continuing through regular scheduled daytime park closing. So, what does this mean for Stay and Scream, guys? Everybody breathe. I want everybody to take a deep breath, Jonathan, in through your nose and out through your mouth. It's your superpower.
That's true.
Breathe. Nobody is saying that APs will not get Stay and Scream. Everybody relax. I think that this actually is a worse conversation over when's frequent fear being dropped.
Yes.
I think I hate this more. Breathe. That's not what they're saying. But at least 3 haunted houses at 2 p.m. Operationally, crazy. Have they done 3 and 4 casts before in the houses? Yes. What were you saying, Jonathan?
It just does. I can't comprehend it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's what it says. Like you're saying that's what it says. I'm reading it on this outline right now, but my brain can't understand. It's just one of those things.
Yeah. I get it.
I personally think that they can make this work, but as you said, they're going to need to hire 3 casts for 3 different houses, which is a lot more money for them. So I don't see any reason why they would want to, like, monetarily. I could see maybe it's to combat all the AAP issues with Stay and Scream last year. The fact that Five Nights at Freddy's hit capacity at every night at 3 p.m. I could see that being the reason why they want to do something like this, but I don't know.
Yeah, and then there's the fear of like, usually when a house opens for Stay and Scream, there is a lot of holes. It happens. Like it's not already the whole time. And for these 3 particular houses, I mean at least 3 houses, it's technically there could be more if they want to. Now people are paying specifically to get access to these 3 houses early. It's almost like they're paying for the houses individually in a way. And if they get that experience where they're walking through and half the cast is gone because they're not ready yet, because that's just how it works. Sometimes people, there's malfunctions in costuming or stuff, or it takes a while to get actors in their holes. What happens then? Do they go to get service and say, I just paid for this ticket to do these houses, and they're not ready, and now it feels like what I paid for was wrong, because now half the house wasn't there. So that's another thing. Like, can that cause that problem as well?
Probably.
And it probably, I mean, people probably would get away with, they probably would get refunds,
Mhm.
because that you're paying, you're not just paying for the event, and some houses in the event happen to have problems. You're paying specifically for these individual houses,
Yeah,
Yeah.
at that specific time, that early. It does seem like, because I'm pretty sure they did open internal and external auditions today, it seems like they're trying to hire more
Mhm.
people than usual.
Yep.
That might be why.
I think that that's a great point. I think that that's exactly why. Because, like I said, this is not anything new. It's not normal for the last couple years to have 3 or 4 casts in a house, but there was a time where we had cast A, B, C, and sometimes D. So, you know, it also depends on the roles in the house and, what it is. We don't know. It also could mean, I will say that, let's say worst case scenario, I'm talking annual pass holders here. We can't get into a house until 5:15, 5:30, 5:45 in normal stay and scream time. I don't think that's the end of the world. Nothing changes for us except there's already been people in the house. But I don't think they're going to do that because they're staffing the houses. They're paying for these people to be there. They're going to
Yeah.
make it work.
And really, worst case scenario, there's still 7 other houses that probably won't have a line that we can line up for.
Exactly. And then if you work it, if that is like the worst case scenario happens, you learn to work the system of when it like starts to die down because everybody's in the other houses for those other 3 houses. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it'll probably be some IPs and it'll be spread out, I assume, because we were looking at like old, what's been like the norm for Stay and Scream in the last couple of years. So we were like, whatever's in like Fallout or Galkin location, because one of those was early, WWE, FNAF, like in those areas, but IPs. So I'm not expecting it to be Jack and Oddfellow. I think it could be, but I'm not expecting it to be one of the ones. It's going to be some big IPs because that's the draw. So it's fine. It
Yeah.
may not even be things we care about, guys.
I mean, where Jack versus Oddfellow is, that's Soundstage 22. That's usually opening with the event at 6, I'm pretty sure, or at least 5:45. So
Mm-hmm. Precisely.
Another thing too, it's not just cast, it's the the makeup team.
Yeah.
It's the operational, yeah, exactly, the ops. It's the people who have to go in the houses before anyone ever and any cast goes in, to make sure that it's working in a working order, and that everything is up to speed, and there's a lot of things that go into opening a house. It's so much more complex than just the cast issue. So that's another thing. Like, do they increase hours of people? Do they add more people? Like, they're just, it's tough. It's going to be very tough to see how this financially makes sense for Universal, because I don't know how many people are actually are going to buy this particular ticket, when I know a lot of people either already are going to Universal and already have a ticket to get into the park, and they're just going to do the normal Stay and Scream, or are like us and are annual pass holders and utilize Stay and Scream. So I'm not sure what the range is for how many people actually buy the Scream early ticket specifically.
Yeah, I don't know. But I would assume that there's more APs. I don't know. Just based on what you see, when you're there. But yeah, it's just interesting. Like, it's gonna look different. I also just look back to last year when everybody panicked about the Stay and Scream change with the wristbands, and it worked so well.
It did.
Never had an issue. We all loved it. It took like 30 minutes for us to be like, wow, this is great. So, like, everybody breathe. I know it's really hard. We're spoiled, as Mike Aiello said, and change is hard for us here in Orlando. Well, we demand change every year,
Literally.
creatively, but structurally and operations wise, we hate change. So
We're so special.
Oh wait, actually I did have one more worst case scenario. Are you ready for this one?
Oh
Oh no.
God.
Okay. I don't think that this is terrible either. Let's say that, okay, you get this Scream Early ticket. The 3 houses, we have the same like kind of layout as last year with the sound stages where we have those like areas where we like congregate and everything. What if they just hold them back there? And that's the Scream Early area, and then Stay and Scream is the rest of them that open at 5:15, 5:30, whatever.
You know, that's probably what they're gonna do.
I am so sorry, guys.
That's probably what they're gonna do because they'll have a special wristband to
Yep.
specifically get in that
Yeah.
back area, and once
Gold
you're
or
back there, there
something.
doesn't have to be checking.
And then you're corralled back there, and they'll have the bathrooms again, they'll have, a bar cart, maybe a snack cart, whatever. And they can come and go with that wristband, but you're not getting back there without, I'm just gonna say it's gold, but whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And we can queue when they decide we can queue, whether that be 4 or 5 this year, but that is another worst case scenario.
Yeah, and I mean, more likely than not, like last year, there's going to be 3 big IPs. Last year we had WWE, Terrifier, and Five Nights at Freddy's there. So, if it's set up the same as last year, that's 100% something they can do.
Damn, you opened my eyes, Jess. That's I'm
Sorry.
betting it now. That's 100% what's gonna happen.
I'm so sorry that I had to be the one to think of that. That's really disappointing. Negative
mean-
Nancy over here.
If true, Springfield Stay and Scream is back where it's at.
Well,
Yeah.
it won't matter because we have free run. Well, you mean the houses. Okay. I get
Yeah.
what you mean. I'm like, there's not a Stay and Scream location anymore, Alex. Come on. Interesting. This year's going to be a little weird. Every year's a little weird at this point, though.
But you know what's also weird about this year?
Oh, tell me.
This year, now that we have all the dates, all the days the event is running, this year is the first year, and I think a very long time, that there is no random Wednesday event buyout. There is no Wednesday that has been blocked off, and there's that has no event. It's every day that there's an event is it's every day. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There is no random Wednesday that is gone from us because of either a Microsoft buyout or something else, and that's interesting.
So it's funny you say that, Jonathan. Last night in our live, and if you're not on our YouTube lives, why not? We have a great time over there.
Because I'm working.
Well, yeah, honestly, every time I feel like Duff and I pop up on the screen, people are like, "Boo, tomato! Where's Goblethan?"
And I'm just going like, I'm literally at my job. I'm making
I'm
money.
trying to be a grown up now, guys.
I'm sorry, I have a job now.
You only liked me when I was a boy. But it's interesting because they brought up the point that there are 3 nights where you cannot buy public RIP tours. You could not buy them when they were launched, and you still cannot buy them. And somebody was like, well, maybe they just did corporate buyouts for those nights. And I do remember last year, if you frequented FNAF and WWE a lot, you would pass the Blue Man Group Nickelodeon Theater, and they would actually host like larger groups there, like buyouts that had done RIP. So what if Microsoft, instead of just running the park out, was like, what if we do 1 or 2? Because I think 2 of them are within a week of each other, or a week and a half of each other. Like, what if we just do a corporate buyout for the RIP tours, so they just have less guides? We do know that opening night, like most of the guides are doing media, but usually you can still buy a couple public ones. They were never available. So that one is interesting this year, but we do know in previous anniversary years, they do invite more media. So that also could just be a hard stop. You could only do private for opening night this year. We don't know.
That
Lots of
is it. I didn't
theories.
even think about that. That's a really good theory.
I did not come up with it, but I do endorse it.
I think that
I
makes
think
a ton
it
of
makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corporate buyout RIPs. So on those nights, you're going to see a lot of like IT guys with badges on.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's what it was last year. Every time I felt like I would walk like to WWE on like a random Thursday, there would just be a bunch of guys in like polos and khakis at HHN. which I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It just is not the norm.
It's true. It's very true.
So yeah, I kind of like that no Tuesday because the Tuesday has become unbearable. Like everybody thinks it's going to be dead because it used to be dead and now it's miserable. So maybe Wednesdays will just be a Wednesday again.
Yeah, no, you're literally right. People would go on to Tuesday to just say like, "Look, HHN on a Tuesday. Look at me," and then it's an awful night. You don't want to be there. It's too busy.
I'm people.
Like it feels like half the actors aren't there because they're like, "I'm not working because why would I work today?" You know, and it's like, yeah, you know what, I get that because why would you work today? So off, you already have an awful sleeping schedule, and they're saying come in on a Tuesday. Like, no, fuck that. I'm good.
But the people that are doing the October 19th premium screen, one thing to think about actually just reminded me is that those actors will be on their 6th day.
Oh, yeah,
At
that's
least
actually
it's
true.
At least it's continuous, yeah.
Yeah.
But they only get 1 day off that week. So I think the Wednesday might be worse than the Monday. So October 21st might be low energy. That's my prediction this year.
Yeah, because the actors are gonna be there for premium. Like that's gonna happen. People are paying some money. Imagine people go to the premium screen night. It's like all the actors are gone. It's like no.
They'll also have more fire crew, and they'll have hired the second round of people at that point too. So don't worry.
No, exactly. But yeah, I agree that following that Wednesday, maybe stay home.
I won't. I'll still be there. Duff will still be there.
We'll just be like, why aren't there any actors today? They'll be like, oh yeah, that's right.
Someone's gonna shake their fist at me in the street and go, Jess, I'm sorry. I need to just shut up sometimes.
No.
Do we have anything we want to add about the tickets or anything that was released before we move on?
No, I think
where are multi-night tickets?
Oh, I hate you. I should mute you. My guess is as early as the last Thursday in June to the last Thursday in July. That's what I've been saying for the last week, and it keeps bothering people.
Wait, we haven't gotten them yet. Does that mean they're not going to happen? Is
Yeah.
Frequent You're gone?
My cousin told me that they overheard a team member say in the streets one time that they're not happening this year.
Oh my God.
Well, that's it. That's confirmation, I think.
That's confirmation, yeah. Should we panic now or?
Well, Jonathan's always panicking.
Yes.
About everything. So I think except Frequent Fears, right? So if Jonathan's not panicking, guys.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, I'm not. Look, it's everything's good. I'm not panicking. It's fine.
It.
Yeah.
They'll be around, and when they come around, we'll know and we'll let you know. You know? But I do have a question for Alex, actually.
Oh shoot.
Before we move on to voicemails and wrap this up, how you feeling about our first house announcement and our theme for 35? Are you excited? What are your thoughts right now going into the rest of announcement season?
I have not been this excited for an event since I don't even remember, honestly. I think the theme is perfect for this year because after 32, we were all like, when is Jack and Oddfellow going to happen? When are we going to see the continuation of their story together? And I think they listened to all the feedback and they're just like, let's give them literally everything they wanted. I think them putting so much emphasis on icons being back, putting so much emphasis on the history between both Jack and Oddfellow is amazing. I think this is probably the most fan service that we've gotten since 30, for sure. And I don't know. I'm really excited for it. I think everyone's really excited for it because I haven't seen the community this hyped in ages, probably since 30. And even then, that was just because we lost a year and it was post-COVID. But I don't know. I'm really feeling it. I'm super stoked for both the house and the event as a whole.
Yeah. No, I feel that community unity. Ooh, I don't like that.
I like it. That
community.
Was good.
The community. Nope, I hate that even more. The community unity. I'm not gonna cut that out. 365. Yeah, the community unity. I like that this year. I think I can feel it. It does feel very post 2020 cancellation announcement into 30 excitement. Even more so than that.
Oh, 100%.
We are getting in the territory that is celebrating new fans, celebrating old fans, the history. It's celebrating everyone, and I think this is going to be an important year to bring, you know, everyone together in that way. You know, make the old fans and the new fans just like sort of like you like you said, community unity, unite,
God, I
and
hate that.
just that's becoming a thing now. Um, just like Jack and Oddfellow are, and yeah, I'm really stoked. But Alex, also, you know, Jack and Oddfellow, we talked about that in the year itself. We've talked about the previous rumors as well on this show that are still circling around. I know there will be a Easter spec map that ends up coming out that we talked about that probably changes a lot of the current rumors. But is there anything that's in the rumor mill right now from, you know, Legacy, Horde of Nightmares, or whatever that you're really excited for? Besides, I mean, obviously we talked about Blood and Guts, but besides that,
Hellraiser is a big one for me. That's one of my favorite horror movies, and I can't wait to see what they do with that because there's so much you can do with Hellraiser just as a concept. You could literally go to hell, which would be great. Um, and honestly, aliens, like an alien original is something we haven't had in a long time, and I think it's such like a deep well that they can tap into. Like, there's so many different things you could do. Currently, the rumors are saying like Lightning Gulch. I'm kind of hoping it's not that because we just had Hatchet and Chains. But no matter what they do, I'm really excited for it.
fuck yeah.
Oh, and of course, Fort Nightmares, just for the fun of it.
Oh,
And he's never coming back on the show.
Oh man,
Oh my god, no, I'm so excited for this year, and we will let you plug all your stuff in a moment, Alex, if you'd like to. We do have, I want to apologize. We had a voicemail from over a month ago that somehow got lost, but we're going to make it right, and we're going to play that one and one from this past week. So let's see who's first.
Hi, this is Brandon. I had a good idea, I think, for the makeup cosmetic on the HHN spec map. This could be completely wrong, as this will be my first kind of shot at this, but I know there's a body horror show called The Beauty on FX, and I haven't watched it, but it seemed just off the trailer to kind of have a very spooky body horror vibe. And I'm wondering if it could be something that they're just using the makeup and cosmetics to hint at. It might not be going for an IP of any kind, as it would potentially normally be a original house or something there. But I think that could be something interesting they might be able to work with. I still need to watch the show to see if it is anything that could really visually pop out there. But I think that would be something a bit different. As I don't think they do a whole lot of the body horror necessarily for the houses I've been to before. Just starting to listen to the podcast. Big fan so far. Big fan of HHN. You guys have a good one. Let me know what you think. Bye.
Thank you, Brandon. We appreciate the voicemail. You guys have anything? Have you guys watched that show? Know anything about it? Body horror.
no, I mean I haven't seen the show, but I think maybe like an original concept based on like body horror and cosmetics is really like that's such a cool idea. Like you said, they've never really done body horror in a house in so long, and seeing like the different ways they can fuck with the human body would be really interesting concept for an original.
yeah, I completely agree. I don't know if I'd be super excited to see something like that because I think it would gross me out a lot. But also I'd be very intrigued to see sort of HHN's take on that, like in a haunted house form. So I'd be down.
Brandon, have you ever heard of a scare zone called Vanity Ball? I'm gonna assume that you have, but if you have not, it is body horror and what plastic surgeons can do to the human body. And it is a house a lot of us have been begging for a long time. So, and that's where I immediately went on the spec map when I saw the makeup. So I hope that it is true. I hope that, or if it's not that, something else. I love body horror, so I would be very happy. And Vanity Ball.
Yes.
All right, we have one more voicemail. Let's see.
Hey, HHN365. My name is Ariel. I'm a huge fan of the podcast. So in 2024, in the fall, I did a semester in LA. So my friends and I, we went to HHN in Hollywood, and we had the best time ever. It was so much fun. My favorite house was definitely Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was amazing. We did miss the weekend house, so that one looked pretty good. Um, but I have not gone to the event since because I'm from the East Coast. But I'm doing the Disney College program this fall, so I'd be living in Orlando. And of course, my friends and I are so excited to go to HHN in Orlando. So I was just wondering if you guys have any advice as like a first time going to the event in Orlando, like what to expect, how quickly tickets, like single night tickets sell out. Yeah, just things I should get excited for. But yeah, thank you. I love the podcast. I've been a fan ever since I went to the event in 2024. I started following you guys and I love listening. I'm super excited for the Jack and Oddfellow house. Just listen to that episode. It sounds so exciting. But anyway, I'm super excited for the event. Maybe I'll run into you guys there. But yeah, love the podcast. Have a good day.
Thank you, Ariel. Oh my God. First of all, college program is so exciting. Congratulations. Going to be a cast member.
Mhm.
So advice, the first advice I'm going to give you is why are you looking at single night tickets if you're going to be living here? Girl, get a frequent fear.
Yep.
Come on. That's my first advice. If you loved it out in Hollywood, you're going to love it out here. Get at least the Russia fear. You can always upgrade it like at the end of September in the third week. Just do it. You will not regret it. And then you will definitely see us in the streets. So you guys have any advice for her?
Ooh, advice. Get ready to have your mind blown because I love HHN Hollywood. I love it a lot. But if that's your base and that's what you have, so you have it as your idea of HHN. When you go to Orlando and start walking into your first soundstage house, it's gonna change your life. That's what I'm gonna say there. It's gonna be a big difference, and I really think you're gonna have a lot of fun. And like Jess said, get a frequent fear. Just do it, even if you just want to do the cheapest pass. It's always worth it. Just go once a week or whatever. It's so easy to do. I think you'll have an amazing time.
You will.
Yeah. And I'd say too, if you have the chance, stay till close because that's when lines really, get, I wouldn't want to say dead, but like they really drop down. So like if you can stay till that 1 or 2 mark and hopefully you should be able to get everything you want done.
Yeah. The last 2 hours of the event are go time, even for Duff and I, who are normally a little more chill. We are gunning it through things at that point. But yeah, if you need any advice or when you're here in town, reach out to us on social media. We got you. Congratulations. That's exciting. Yeah, that's our last voicemail. Oh my gosh. Whew.
We did it.
We did it. We remembered them before we
Hell
go,
yeah.
before we plug anything. Alex,
Yeah.
where can the people find you if they'd like to know what you're up to and hear your theories and your guesses on these spec maps and everything?
Oh, well, you can find me on the various Discords. I'm mostly on the HHN365 Discord. You can also find me at HHN Wiki on Twitter. And I'm a big contributor of the HHN Wiki fandom site. So, yeah.
Yeah, you are. The story
Literally,
over here.
yeah. If you have any questions about HHN that you have no idea where to find them or history or whatnot, you just ask Alex, and he'll tell you in like 0.2 seconds.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it's my favorite thing because when I don't know something, I don't have to look it up if Alex is with me.
Exactly.
I just go, Alex. He goes, yes. You should see it in the parks. It's impressive. So you know what I will say? I meant to say this earlier. We have Jonathan, we have Duff, we have Jess, but really we are just standing on the backs of Alex and Kevin.
Literally.
That is literally, without these guys, we would not have these theories, have a thought, like I don't know. So thank you, Alex. I'm excited you're here.
Yeah. I'm really happy to be part of an episode with you guys.
Oh,
It's awesome. And I'm sure you will be back.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. If Blood and Guts gets announced, I'll definitely be back.
You will break in.
I'll break in. I'll steal
I'd like
Duff's
to
computer
see
again.
you try. This is your one and only. No, I'm kidding.
Nah.
All right. Well, again, if you want to follow us on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, that is at HHN365, on TikTok at HHN365pod. We have a lovely Discord. The link is in the description. We also have a merch shop at HHN365.com. If you want to leave a voicemail like Brandon and Ariel, 407-906-4134. We will not answer the phone, so don't worry. Just goes to a voicemail, I promise. And we will see you in the streets.